welcome back to Busy Garden Life. Today I am out here wanting to do a full garden update for you. It is mid-August here in Michigan, and I haven't gone around and shown you much of the garden lately, so I just wanted to kind of show you some of the really exciting things that we have going on. That we've grown this year, and all of the fruit and the produce that we're actually starting to see coming out. So I'm also out here because a couple weeks ago, actually probably about a month ago, I started some seeds indoor for the fall harvest. I did plant some of those peas and beans a couple weeks ago. The peas did not survive. I think it's because we had a really hot spell. We did not water the garden at all because we were out of town, and the peas just did not survive that. But the beans have survived, and those are doing pretty well. So we do have those, but I'm also going to direct sow a few seeds, some carrots, beets, what else am I? Some beans, bush beans, and some more pickled cucumbers. All of those are supposed to mature within 60 days. So because it's mid-August and our first frost date is mid-October, I really need to make sure that anything that I plant at this point in time is going to be less than 60 days to grow. So I want to get those in the ground. I'm going to show you where I'm going to plant them because of other things that I have dug up as the season has gone along. So let's get started with the tour first, so you can kind of see where we're at, all the weeds and all the vegetables too. So I'm gonna start at the front. Here is our raspberry plant row. Now these are ever-bearing raspberries. They're nice and full, but this is the first year that they are full. So we don't expect much out of them, but there's some that should produce another round for us in hopefully late August, early September. Our next row, if you can see through all the weeds, are our strawberry plants. It goes all the way to the end where those really tall weeds are. So we have a nice 40-foot row, probably about 40, 45-foot row of strawberries. And stay tuned, because in a couple weeks, I'm gonna show you how I get those strawberry plants ready for next year to produce a lot of strawberries. I've got my beautiful row of borage here. It's kind of flattened down because of all of the rain, but as you can see, it's still flowering, and I am actually going to try to grab those seeds, some of the seeds this year, and keep them to grow next year. Next we have our 4 rows of tomatoes, and you can see on here some really nice tomatoes that are coming along. I'm also going to show you a picture of the tomatoes that I have harvested already. So here are those. Check this out. These are the tomatoes that I've already harvested. All right, and then here are just the rest of the plants. All of them have flowers and tomatoes already going on them, which is really cool. Next is our row of calendula. Beautiful calendula. This is our peas. You can see that like one of them survived. Everything else is kind of dead, but this one looks like it's coming up again, so we might get a little bit more. I have this dry branch here that I took some pea pods off earlier today, and I'm going to save those peas in there and plant them next year. I'm actually going to go on the inside of the trellis, so you can see the other side are peas as well, but there's really not much growing there. Here are the beans, our pole beans, and you can see it's so much fun. Look at all of the beans that are just hanging down. We've harvested quite a few today too, but check all of these ones out. They're everywhere. So you just come out here and there's just, each day there's so many to pick. So I can't wait to be able to freeze some of these ones. Here's our cucumbers. The cucumbers are only growing like half a size, and then they seem to kind of just stop. And so, but we still have some flowers on them. Pickled cucumbers are kind of over here. You can see we've got some that are growing. So, oh, there's another one down there. So we're still getting some of those, but I would like to get more to can more pickles. Here's a squash plant. You can see the little squash there. That's the first squash. And then we got a zucchini plant over here. We got a couple zucchini plants on it, or zucchinis on them, just small still. The marigolds. This was our corn area that just, I didn't even do anything. The corn was not growing. We didn't get as much, so therefore I just let it go. I haven't done anything with it. It's awful, but that's real life gardening. This is our pumpkin area. We actually have some carrots along the edge here too. I don't know if you can see those. There's a pumpkin plant back there. I don't know if there's any pumpkins vining off. I do need to clean this up a little bit because in between each of the trellises here, I do have potatoes. So I do need to kind of try to open them up. But let me show you where the other pumpkin is. Over here, we have one hanging down off of the trellis there. Starting to turn a little bit orange. So that's exciting. And then I'm gonna have to kind of follow along to see if we have any other pumpkins on any of the vines that are down below as I weed through. But we have potatoes in there as well that I'm gonna kind of weed out over the next few days. And now I wanna show you the most exciting thing in our garden, a watermelon. Yes, we are growing a few watermelon. That's not the only one. We have a few over here. You can see a couple small ones that are starting to grow. So we have like 6 or 7 watermelons growing, which is super exciting because last year we didn't get anything. And cantaloupe. Check this out. We've got a lot of cantaloupe too. There's 2 really nice ones that are developing. Another one. And we have the cantaloupe all over the place. There's quite a few of those. Here's our bean plants. Actually, I'm going to show you that nasturtium seeded from last year. I didn't plant that. But we've got some bean plants here. Here's our kidney beans. You can see that they're a little bit colored, so once those dry out, we can harvest the beans inside. Here's some of the extra plants that I planted last couple weeks ago. We've got our black bean plants that those are about ready to harvest as well. You can see that the pods are getting dried out and ready. Pepper plants. We've got quite a few pepper plants that are starting to produce some of those peppers. I'm trying to see here if I can. Here's our regular pepper plants. I got 4 nice sized peppers on this one. I'm going to harvest those soon so I can make some salsa with the peppers and tomatoes that I already have. And then this plant over here is actually a jalapeno plant. Look at all those tiny jalapenos that are coming up. So exciting. All right, next we have our celery. Oh, that's getting really big. It's about ready to harvest as well. And then our onions on the other side of that. We have carrots. I did harvest some carrots and potatoes today, so check out this harvest. It was a lot better than the first time I tried to harvest a carrot, and it really didn't turn out good. So look at these carrots and potatoes that we harvested today. Now I do still have some potatoes in here. What I did when I harvested a couple of them, I pulled them out and some of them had really small potatoes attached to it. So I just put it back in the ground and hoping that it'll grow bigger. I don't know if it works or not, but I'm hoping that it does. we have some of our beets still. Now I'm going to plant some of the direct sow seeds along this line here as well to get some more beets. We have lettuce. I'm also going to do that with the carrots. I have the carrot seeds, so I'm going to put them in a direct line next to it. Now the carrots, a lot of the carrots are difficult because I just kind of spread them in there and they're so close together that I think that's not allowing them to grow very well. So this time I'm actually going to take my time and put every seed a couple inches apart to see if we can actually get them to grow better. And I'm going to kind of loosen the soil up a little bit more because I did not do that before, and they like loose soil. So I don't think they're growing as big as they could because the soil's too hard in that area. So I'm going to cultivate it a little bit and then plant them right next to it, along with the beets. And then the last we have is our little zinnia patch. I mean, it's overtaken with weeds too, but yes, there are some beautiful zinnias in there. And that is it. That is kind of how the garden is doing. It has taken off, and if you remember from the beginning of the year, the day that I planted a lot of the stuff, we had that horrible hailstorm that came in and pretty much I had to start over with pretty much everything. So as you can see, a couple months later, we are doing very well. I'm excited to get some more tomatoes going so that we can make our sauces and diced tomatoes and whole tomatoes, ketchup, all the things that I wanted to make this year with the tomatoes that I wasn't sure I was even going to be able to do. So I'm thrilled that we are doing this well. And like I said, I have my cups here. I actually soaked all of the seeds this time for my direct sow in hopes that they will germinate a little bit quicker. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those in the ground, and that is it for our August garden update. So let me know what you think. Let me know what else you want to see, and if you like the content, please subscribe to the page so that you can see all the preserving that I do with our harvest that we continue to get. I'll see you next time.